Welcome to Nola Johnson Court here in Nord High School. Joe Sbrosha alongside Joe Panola. Of course, 6 feet apart. How are you today, Mr. Panola?
Not too bad. I'm excited for this match. We have a weird schedule, I guess, today with the freshmen and the JV playing, but it should be exciting.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I think you mentioned that you saw the JV team on their last time out. You want to run us through the matchup last time?
It was interesting. A couple of players were out last time. Looks like we're going to have a couple new starters in there. David Brown looks like he's coming out on the court. He'll be a starter this time for the freshmen. 24, Mamadou Diallo, we're going to see him around the ball a lot. And Ryan Keneally had a really strong game last time they were playing here at home on Friday against Hopkinton.
And of course, you're watching the boys freshman matchup, Norwood Mustangs, Medfield Warriors. And with the new COVID rules, we don't have a jump ball, so Norwood's going to take it from the sideline as we get started here. Here's Mamadou, as you mentioned, down below, good pass. Tried to connect with Wyman there in that one. Wyman does connect. Norwood gets the first basket just 15 seconds in. Here, that was a good look, good second chance opportunity.
Starting the same way they did the last home game. TJ Wyman picking up 2 points right off the bat in the post. We're going to see a lot of that today, I think.
And here for the Warriors along the arc, 23 in light blue. And they're going to continue their possession here. Shot clock down to 8 seconds now.
They got some length, don't they, Joe, on this Medfield roster?
Yeah, a bunch of big guys here on this freshman team. Oh, good steal there. 22 in white, TJ Wyman. Here's Mamadou. Feeds it over to his left to Connolly. Back over to Wyman. Mamadou looks to make the overhead pass up and off the glass and pulled down there by 13 in blue, Matthew George. Little miscommunication and a bad pass results in a Mustang ball as they try to extend on their 2-0 lead.
Interesting, Joe. They tried a lot of that the last game they played. A lot of those lob passes. It got them in trouble against Hopkinton. But if they can connect like that pass from Mamadou to TJ Wyman, I think we're going to see some good things here.
It is quite an interesting move for, as you mentioned, these guys on Medfield, they're on the taller side. So the overhead passes, you don't want to overuse it because it could result in a lot of turnovers.
Hopkinton was real quick, though, on those overhead passes. That's what gave Norwood trouble the last time they played.
Yeah, so that's something we'll keep an eye on as this game progresses. And a jump ball is called. It's going to be a Warrior ball. Taken on the close sideline. Jack Avino will give it in to Sean Watts. Sean Watts to the far side, gives it over. Taking Jemmy, Sean Watts, long two, no good. Pulled down there by Mamadou. Through a lot, Ryan Connolly up and off the glass. Rebound Wyman, and he'll draw the foul.
Nice job by TJ there, drawing that foul off the pass. We've seen a lot of him early on. I think we're going to continue to. He was in foul trouble a little early in the last home game, but if they can unleash him today, it's going to be a good weapon for the Mustangs.
Here to the line, TJ Wyman gets the first one to go. I mentioned it the last time I was on, but the new COVID rules, they allow the first shot, almost like a traditional technical foul. There'll be nobody on the block there. Second one, no good. Punched out directly into the hands of Wyman. He'll go right to the hoop.
Picks up another offensive board, too. That's 2 already today for Wyman.
Couldn't quite find a target. Watts turns it into some offensive trouble. Three-pointers, good. Jack Ivino. We're all tied up at 3 now. Mamadou to the far side to Connolly. Gives it over. First time with the ball, David Brown. I believe this is his first game back.
Nice pass inside there from Keneally.
That one won't drop for Joey Manning. And we're going the other way here. The Warriors taking it. Drives baseline, pass inside, no good. Pulls the rebound. On the floor, foul. That was really good effort by the freshman. of course, that gets the shot clock to reset.
That's the first foul of the day on David Brown.
Pass inside. Three-pointer is good. Matthew George.
2 threes early, Joe, for the Medfield Warriors. They have some length, but they can also shoot this ball.
Yeah, Medfield showing off their range here as they grab their first lead of the game, 6-3.
Nice kick out.
Here's David Brown, gives it over to Mamadou.
Oh, Mama wanted the pick there, but it was on the wrong side.
There's Brown. Losing his footing there was Ryan Connolly. We're going the other way. Sean Watts. Couple good moves, get by a couple Mustang defenders. Three-point attempt. A little bit long. Mamadou there to pull it down.
Nice defense there from Keneally. Got a hand in his face. I think that caused that shot to go a little off.
We're going to get a stoppage in play here. Electronic whistle is going to blow. I believe the scoreboard has been shut off.
We're going to go through a little reset here, huh?
Yeah.
See a new thing every day.
Yeah, luckily the scores and the time stayed, so we get a free timeout here for both teams. So just over the halfway point here in the first quarter, Medfield still leads 6-3. Should be Mustang ball, and it will be. On the close sideline, David Brown will take it.
Joe, Coach Fox sticking with those starters. He really likes this crew and likes the way they play together, and he has to be happy with the way they've started, but Medfield shot well from behind the arc.
Yeah, they are seeing some trouble underneath their own basket in terms of rebounds as Mamadou draws a blocking foul.
And there was a nice pass inside that sprung him, and you know he's a guard and he likes playing from behind that arc, but Mama knows how to get inside. And that's going to be a big strength of this team as well.
I went a little bit off target. Just under 4.5 to go here in the opening quarter. Second one is good. Lead cut down 1 point there, 6-4. We're going right to left across the court.
I thought Joey Manning was going to get his hand in there.
Ivino outside over to Watts. Works his way around the arc, hands it off. Over in the far corner. That's Matthew. He gives it over to Watts off the window.
It was surprised no reach there on 22 Wyman. I thought we might get a call.
They're going to call a push here on Mamadou. As he grabs his first personal, team's second.
We'll talk about wholesale right now for Medfield.
Yeah, just did almost a line change, like a hockey line change. Five brand new players on the court. Nicholas Evans on the far side. Ends it off to Chase Coughlin. Back into the hands of Evans as he drives.
Nice take.
Up and off the glass and in. Quite the debut of the game for Nicholas Evans as he adds two.
I wonder, Joe, if Coach Spoladoro from Medfield wants to keep that line together. There was some great passing we just saw.
Deflection. Mustang still got it. Wyman hands over to Mamadou. Mamadou pump fakes.
That three.
Shot clock close to 10 now. Up and off the glass and in.
Nice take.
Kind of a broken play, but will result in the 2 points for the Mustangs.
Hey, Wyman's got 5 tonight. He's really starting to clean up off those boards.
Over to the outside, Coughlin. Back over to the close side. Berglund, outside three-point attempt,
That's
no
a deep
good.
three.
That was a deep three for Nick Evans. Mamadou with a quick stare down, 24 in blue. Sam Silk hands it off to Connolly. And the short jumper's good. We're all tied up at 8. And the Mustangs will call a timeout.
Nice to see Ryan Keneally get on the board early. He's had a really strong start to this season. You know what? He's quick, Joe. We're going to see him around the ball a lot today, I think.
Of course, we have the extended timeouts due to the COVID modified rules here. The timeouts are just a little bit longer so they can properly spread out.
Yeah, a little strange that we can almost hear every word they're saying from up here.
Yeah, it's a pretty unique thing where we can hear both coaches go over their critiques with their teams right now.
I think we're going to see Medfield press this ball a little bit more coming out. The guards looks like they've gotten a little bit comfortable for Norwood. I wouldn't be surprised if they start playing a little bit more aggressively in the blue. Norwood's shown a propensity to turn it over if they experience some pressure. I wonder if that's what Coach Spalladoro was talking about.
As far as the defensive side goes, and you had just called that timeout, what would you be saying to your team knowing that the three-point game has been killing them so far?
You know what? They've made a couple threes, but Norwood on that last position, they had really good pressure out on the wing. That was a long three from Evans. If they can force them to take threes from that kind of a distance, I think Coach Fox has to be happy.
2.5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Medfield ball. They're going to call push here on the Mustangs.
It looks like Joey Manning, that's his first foul.
First personal, team third.
Joey's one of those guys that kind of does everything on the court. We've seen him shoot inside, outside, get some good big rebounds for this team.
There's Nick Evans. Working his way around. That's Berglund on the far side, handed over to Chase Coughlin. Over up top, back to Evans. Evans, ball in his right hand, gives it over to his left. Back to the close corner, Sam Silk feeds it up top, back to Coughlin. Coughlin, long three attempt for Lysandria is no good.
Hey, that's great team defense right there from Norwood. All those players moving, playing off each other. Even though that shot went up, we saw Connor Curran get really close and get a hand in the face. That's what you want.
And as you mentioned that, I believe that a traveling violation was called on the Mustangs. And go back into the hands of Medfield as we're going to see a substitution here.
That's Giacomo Serratori coming in 21. Joey Manning going off. He was the one that picked up the foul a little while ago.
Sam Silk for three.
Oh, that's another deep three, Joe.
Oh, and a good block there. TJ Wyman hands it over to Ryan Connolly. Back up top to Mamadou. He waits the call.
Oh, watch him creeping up. They're going to pressure this ball more.
Here's Connolly, feeds it inside to Wyman. Wyman on the baseline, went for the reverse layup, no good. Second chance for the Mustangs, also no good. Rebound pulled down there by Sam Silk. Silk over to the corner. Here in the close corner, here's Nick Evans, hands it out to the outside. William Berglund. Sam Silk with it now. Skip pass into the far corner. Chase Coughlin drives baseline. Pass outside the arc to William Berglund. Three-pointer is good.
He likes that spot, I bet. He was taking a couple of warm-ups from there.
Medfield now on top 11-8 as we are under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Hand off pass Ryan Connolly now. Feeds it over to Mamadou. Mamadou works left, feeds it over. Serratori has Coughlin working on him. Finally hands it over to Mamadou inside. Now to Wyman. Wyman to the hoop. 2 points is good. Shot clock, of course, is off now. 15 seconds to go here. Medfield still on top, looking to extend their lead before the end of the quarter. That one just out of the hands of Berglund, and Mustangs gonna have about 8 seconds.
I like this plan. Look at this. They're getting Kyle Willis in the game. He's a real quick defender, and I think we're going to see him around the ball.
It's number 4 in white for all those following along at home. And here's Willis. Gets the ball knocked away, picked up there by Serratori. the end of the first quarter, Medfield on top 11-10 here at the Nolet Johnson Court. If you're just joining us, we're heading into the second quarter here. Joe Spadorsha, Mr. Panola, here on NCM. We talked during the last time out about what the Mustangs need to do on the defensive side. Now, let's talk about what Medfield needs to do to keep up their scoring.
Tell you, they're hitting those open shots, Joe, and you see when they move the ball around a lot, they make things happen. It's kind of, they have to use somebody as a distributor. I think we saw Sean Watts do a little bit of that for them. If they can find guys open and move the ball around the wing, I think they're going to be successful. But Norwood's been really good on the glass, actually, against a team that has a little bit of a height edge on them.
I would say there was an instance there right in the beginning of the first quarter that I can't remember who it was, but in the paint and the offensive zone for Medfield, they had 4 Mustangs on him, and it still ended up pulling down the rebound, and then he drew a foul. So I would say, I mean, at least get the rebounds when you outnumber the guy, but also if he does get the rebound, don't foul him.
we might start seeing the fouls come up. No player over 1 foul. Boy, did TJ Wyman have a strong quarter there too.
Yeah, I mean, you did see him he was connecting a lot with Mamadou. Right in the beginning, we saw that play right off the bat. That was quite exciting, the overhead pass as he was driving to the hoop, and he got one to go off the glass and in. I'd love to see a little bit more of the connection there. And I mean, traditionally, the Mustangs aren't three-point shooters, in the last 5-10 years. So, you love to get those points in the paint in the offensive zone.
Well, that's it, and I think Mamadou's a guard that loves to drive, and when he sees an opportunity to basket, we saw him try one earlier, he drew a foul. I think we might be looking at a little bit more of that.
We're going to get started here. We actually didn't use all of the 2 minutes and 15 seconds it is, so let's get
back
started
at it
here.
Huh?
Just excited to play basketball, both these guys. Got Connor Curran, Kyle Willis out there. Ryan Connolly, familiar face from the first quarter. Feeds inside to Michael Curran. Michael Curran draws a just kidding. It's going to be a traveling violation on the Mustangs.
That's Michael coming off the bench a little bit there, Joe. He's getting his first action today, and I think that's expected, especially with a quiet gym like this.
George Magic, 3-point attempt.
Oh, wide open.
Jack Ivanhoe. That one drops.
You can't leave a guy that wide open from beyond the arc. I think a little bit of confusion, and he knocks it down.
A stoppage in play for a mask violation. It's going to...
Hey, that's something you don't see every day. Huh?
Remain Mustangs basketball. It's Curran inside. Ryan Connolly.
These kids just happen to be happy to be playing the game. Curran's going to inbound it. I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick set play here from the Mustangs.
There's Connolly. Pulls down his own offensive rebound. Pinballs off a couple of players, and that one pulled down by Willis.
Nice rebound. He's always around the ball. He's got a strong nose for that, number 4, Kyle Willis.
Not a whole lot of size to Willis, but definitely a whole lot of heart. There's Connolly.
There's those lob passes.
Yeah, I was looking for territory there, but it got deflected. And a jump ball. What a play by Willis.
He got right in there, and he draws that jump ball, but looks like possession. I think Medfield's going to keep it.
Make almost a full line change here for the Mustangs.
Kyle Willis is giving them a shot in the arm, Joe. He's strong on defense. Let's see if they can turn that into some offensive points, too.
Good pass over to Diagnan.
Hey, Roman Schoenfeld, real long. He was able to telegraph that one and still got it over.
Traveling violation called on the Warriors here. It's going to be Mustangs ball on the baseline. Connor Curran gives it inside to David Brown. Brown to his right, gives it over to Wyman. Wyman up top to Manning, over to his left.
There's a nice strong pass from Joey Manning around the edge.
And the high layup is good. 14-12. Medfield still leads. 6.25 to go. Avino gives it over to Schoenfield. There's Matthew, give it over to the Diagnan, Ryan Diagnan. Over to the far side.
Oh, they're gonna get him on that.
They're gonna draw a foul there.
I think that's on Kyle.
On Willis. To the line. Matthew George. Short on his first attempt. Mamadou back in. Willis is going to go sit down.
And Matthew had a big 3 earlier. We know he can shoot.
Second one also short.
Good box out there for the Mustangs between Manning and Wyman down low. They make a strong duo.
Here's Mamadou. Puts the ball in his right hand. He's looking to go right. Does feed it inside.
Good fake from Wyman.
It's going to stay Mustangs' ball.
Yeah, he was looking almost towards Mamadou's way. Faked a pass, opened up an inside drive. And you know what? Foul called, and that looks like it's the 3rd team foul against Medfield. Sorry, no. Against Norwood.
Oh.
A little confusion, huh?
Yeah, I believe the referees were not quite on the same page there.
There we go. Connor Curran's going to inbound it to Norwood. We'll keep it.
I think he called a kickball on that one. That was the signal he was indicating after the fact. I'm not sure what was called originally, but anyway, here's Mamadou. Shot clock at 8. Wyman. Side to Brown, rebound, pulled down there.
Well, that bounced around a little bit. I think they're going to get Manning on that foul. Good team defense there from Medfield. We saw that could have potentially been an open look from 3 for David Brown, but Roman Schoenfeld, number 5, really closed in on that. He made a difference, I think.
Manning picks up his second. Team's 5th. Kick it outside, wide open.
A lot of traffic.
3-point. Bang! Ivino. Jack Ivino.
That's his 3rd, Joe. He's got 9 tonight.
Can't leave him open.
Is that 3 a 3 tonight?
I think so. They haven't missed many from outside the arc, just the one that was close on this side.
Oh, there's a swat.
Good block there.
Nick Angemi making his presence felt down low. He was the guy that we were talking about at the end of the first quarter, Joe, taking on 4 guys on the Norwood team. He's going to be a force down in that low post. I'm curious if Norwood will keep it away from him.
Showing off his size on both sides of the court.
Strong inbound there from Connor Curran.
Keneally gives it over to Mamadou, back to Keneally. Over to Wyman. Wyman drives, handoff to Manning, and that's a shot clock violation. We're going the other way.
Well, that was a nice little underhand dish. I think he telegraphed it, though.
Ivino. Diagnan. His left hand kicks it back outside to George. George short 2, no good. Rebound pulled down there by the Mustangs. 2 guys on him.
Good defense from Norwood.
Mamadou wanted to get some points in transition there, decides to hold up. Driving to the hoop, Keneally kicks it back outside, nobody's home.
A good hustle from Connor Curran.
Display of the handles there. Up and off the glass and in. Jack Ivino can do it all. 3-pointers, layups, handles.
Hey, he's got 11. They really got to start watching this guy. He's in pacing that scoring. They only have 8 points the rest of the team, and Ivino's got 11 so far.
Vino and crew with 19 total over the Mustangs with 3:40 to go, 19-12. The big blue on top.
This Medfield team defense, Joe, has been impressing me so far. Norwood hasn't had an open shot, I feel like, all quarter, and they're looking for it. They're trying to kick it back out from behind the arc, but the Warriors have been on it every single play. They're playing together really well right now.
Yeah, crowding the lane. Mustangs, we talked a lot about them getting points in the paint here in the first quarter and carrying that over into the second quarter, and had not many opportunities to do that here as we wrap up the first half. 3:40 to go again here from the Nolan Johnson court.
7-point game, though. It is still anybody's game, and Norwood has to be happy they're in it with the way that Medfield's shooting and playing defense.
Yeah, that's
Threes
right.
and D's right now. That's what they say, ain't it?
Yeah, really showing off their versatility is Medfield. We touched upon it a little bit, but they're just we talked about how they're pretty heavy on the three game, but when they needed to, drove to the hoop, went around a couple Mustangs defenders and put it off the window and in.
I think you take what they give you, and right now Norwood's giving up those threes. That's been the soft spot in that zone D.
Mamadou up for three is off target.
Ah, too bad. That went right off the hands of Joey Manning. Luke LaChandra trying to go end to end. How about that?
Yeah, he turned on the Jets there. I recall, I believe, Curran on that one.
In and out. Hate that. Gotta hate that feeling.
Here for a second attempt. Second one off target as well.
I don't think you could miss by less than those two free throws he just had.
Yeah, it's always tough when you hit the rim more than once and it doesn't drop.
I have a feeling that may not be the first time LaChandra gets to the line. He took that one strong, kind of taking on the whole team.
It's Wyman. He did have a cutter on that one. Didn't even look at him, though. Connor Curran was cutting to the net. Here's Mamadou. Shot clock under 5 now. 3-point attempt. No good for Curran. Rebound, Mamadou. And he gets that one to drop.
A good offensive board from that guard there. They kept it alive, and Connor Curran taking that open three. Nice look.
That's something I'd like to see more of from the Mustangs. If they miss the first shot, at least try to get the second chance opportunity. Sean Watts back over to the far corner. 3-point attempt is good. Sam
He
Silk.
wanted it there, Joe. You see him calling for that ball. Second, he got to catch and shoot. Another three for Medfield.
22-14, Medfield on top. 2:20 to go here in the first half. Mamadou has Silk on him. Drives to the right, feeds to the left, passes off target. Back into the hands.
Oh, look at that lob pass. It worked for Medfield there. Almost did.
Here's a break here for the Mustangs. And a jump ball is called.
Good effort there from Chase Coughlin from Medfield, trying to chase down that jump ball. It's like a couple subs for Norwood. Giacomo Serratore, David Brown, Kyle Willis are back in.
A little bit of confusion again, but it's going to be Mustangs ball.
Joe, I like the confidence of David Brown, number 14. I know he missed the first home game, but he's been really good about kind of settling things down for the Mustangs and using his voice. We keep hearing Coach Fox talk about talking.
It's easier than ever to talk with the empty gyms.
You say anything, this whole gym's going to hear you.
Yeah. Here's Willis drives. Too much.
I think he tried a 360-degree skyhook there.
I'm going to call a foul on the Mustangs.
Looks like that's Kyle's second.
Medfield in the bonus now.
Yeah, 7-3 on these fouls. Norwood doesn't clean things up. This could get rough in a hurry if Medfield's able to hit their free throws.
William Berglund makes the first, so he'll get to shoot the second.
That's what you got to do. Hit those first ones, earn some more. That's free points if they're going to give it to you on the foul.
Second one's no good. We did touch on that. We wanted them to get more offensive rebounds in terms of the Mustangs' offense. But you don't want to draw fouls on them either, so there's a fine line there.
They got to be careful working in this post with those foul numbers. Only 3 team fouls for Medfield right now.
Good hands there by Sandria. It's going to be Medfield ball.
Nice
that one. Sam Silk finishes that one off.
So I love the confidence Sam Silk is playing with right now. He wants the ball in his hands, number 24 for the Warriors.
Yeah, he's been pretty vocal about getting the ball. Seen a lot of, the clapping thing that they do to try to get the ball, and he's been doing that, and he's been hitting it. Jump ball again. It's going to be Medfield ball this time.
Yeah, what a strange sight that is to still see the players putting on the hand sanitizer as they come into the ball game. What a world we live in right now.
It's certainly interesting.
Looks like Connor Curran's back for Norwood.
55 to go here in the first half. Medfield on top 25-14.
It's a good matchup. Willis on Sean Watts.
Here's Sean Watts in the far corner. 3-point attempt, short, as the Mustangs run into each other.
Hey, Joe, Sean's got a couple of assists tonight. If he's able to get that 3-point shot going and Norwood has to respect that a bit more, I think it's going to open up the floor even more for Medfield.
Mustangs take the timeout here with 36.2 to go, still trailing 25-14. It's always interesting during these empty gym timeouts to listen in.
Normally I tell you we'd hear this crowd rocking, not today, huh?
Yeah, usually some music, maybe, probably not during the freshman games, but during the varsity games, you got the cheerleaders, and it's just interesting because we can hear both coaches.
Oh, these kids are working hard out there, though. There may be no fans in here, but they're playing hard for you folks at home today. And these two teams looks like, and they just played each other, huh? Or I'm sorry, they're going to play each other again coming up real soon.
Believe so. I believe the way this new schedule is worked out during this year is every sport pretty much plays the same team all week, so it's created like an interesting dynamic on social media where, people will be like, oh, it's Medfield week, so the girls and the boys team will play Medfield, the hockey team will play Medfield.
It's almost like you're taking on their whole school, and it feels like a baseball series. Are you going to win the series and take both games? Because you're not going to see this team again. After tomorrow, I think they play again at Medfield. That'll be it for Medfield and Norwood for the whole season.
Yeah, usually in years past, you spread them out. You play them once in the beginning at your place, and then you'll go to their place at the end of the season. But when you're playing them in the back-to-back, home and home, you can create a little bit of rivalry within each sport, as well as, just school versus school.
And you see how different 2 games can be. We saw the varsity team go out to a big lead early and then lose to Hopkinton one night, and then 2 nights later, it's just a little bit too late, too little, and they're not able to pick up the win. And the series is split 1-1.
Yeah, even in the hockey teams, they lost at their own place 5-1. They go out to Hopkinton, play them in Marlborough, and beat them 8-1. So
that was a world of difference, those two. Looks like Jeremy Tendo's in number 1 for the Mustangs. Michael Curran back as well.
Here's Tendo, 3 and 2 left,
seconds.
3-point attempt. Off the glass and in! Connor Curran at the buzzer.
They left him open last time, Joe. This time he makes him pay. Nice shot by Connor using the backboard.
He's going to get some elbow taps on the bench.
That's got to feel good for Coach Fox. You now go into this halftime, single-digit lead now for Medfield. That was an 11-point lead just a couple seconds ago.
Yeah, you called it 2 timeouts under a minute. You're trying to figure it out. You do end up with the ball with under 15 left, and that's got to feel pretty good going into the second half here.
They got to build off that, though. That's the thing. You see an open shot like that. Norwood hasn't gotten a lot of opportunities open. And you know what? Medfield D, they found a hole in it. Connor Curran knocks that down. That's what they have to do. You get an opportunity, you convert it.
Yeah, I would say that the Mustangs do need to, find these open men, find these open shots. They trail 25-17 here going into the second half. Obviously not impossible to come back from. Still plenty of basketball left, but you also don't want to let Medfield come back out here and hit a couple three-pointers and, extend that lead right after you just got hot to end that first half.
I think Coach Fox's D, though, it's making a little bit of a difference. We saw in Medfield how hot they were with three-pointers early. And you know what? That's cooled off. And partially that's just the flow of the game, but partially it's also the defense that Norwood's been playing. They've picked it up.
Yeah, cutting off of the passing lanes. We've seen a little bit more in the second half of that first half. And also pressuring out, a little bit, a step or two farther than you normally would because these guys can shoot from long range.
Not a whole lot of time to talk about it, Joe. I feel like this halftime we blink and it's going to be over.
Yeah, I would say the first 2-3 minutes are very important for each of these squads. If Medfield comes out and they score a couple points, whether it's in the paint or outside the arc, they could run away with this pretty quickly. But if Mustangs come out on the opposite side, they play good defense, they start making points under the basket, and if they're missing them, they're pulling down offensive rebounds, we could be tied back up in a minute or two.
Got to come out hot, and that's the key. Knock down those shots, take those opportunities, and just be aggressive. We saw them getting a lot of contested balls here.
Yeah, I'd like to see them minimize on the fouls as well and the unforced turnovers. We did see a couple of unforced turnovers to end that first half. You saw a couple traveling violations, a couple over the head fouls at the end, a couple turnovers. As long as you get the hands, you at least get the jump ball and give yourself an opportunity to get that ball back. I'd like to see a lot more of that going into the second half.
Wouldn't be surprising to see Coach Fox go at Medfield a little bit more, try to draw a couple more fouls. Medfield only committed 3 as a team in that first half, so Norwood might start going after them a little bit more. They have the weapons to do it too.
8 minutes back on the clock here for the second half. Noah Johnson Court, Joe Sprocia alongside Mr. Panola. Medfield starts with the ball, of course, because the Mustangs started with it to start the game.
What a dish.
That was a good pass. Couldn't quite get it to drop. Nick and Jemmy.
Hey, that was a sweet pass from Matthew George. It's a shame Medfield couldn't connect on that.
Over on the far side. Keneally gives it over to Mamadou on the far side. Man defense here for Medfield. Mamadou gets that one blocked. They're going to call a foul.
Yeah, he got a piece. That was a small piece, though, and Norwood will take it.
Jack Ivino with his first here in the second half.
Mamadou's going to shoot 3, I think, here.
Gets the first to go. That one all the way around the rim.
Here comes the cavalry. They're going to bring everyone in now for those offensive boards. These rules have to be strange. They're seeing nobody in the key.
It is certainly weird that there's nobody in the key, but if you look outside, they're all standing next to each other anyway. So, it's kind of one of those weird rules that you could probably do without.
Nice shooting.
Mustang's going to make some substitutions after the Mamadou made free throw.
Yeah, that's 3 of 5 from the charity stripe for Jallo. That's a nice start, and you like to see that out of one of your main guards.
Only a 4-point lead now here for Medfield. Schoenfield up high off the glass. Rebound pulled down by the Mustangs.
Strong rebound from TJ. He made sure he secured that.
Curran hands it over to the far side to Wyman. Wyman looking to hand off to Keneally, but that one's blocked by the Big Blue. It's Connor Curran. Short jumper, no good. Saved there, kept in play. That was a good play. Again, Jemmy over on the other end. And a charging foul. Good draw there by David Brown.
That's that confidence from David Brown. I'm telling you, he's playing with a lot of that tonight. And I really liked what we saw on the other end. Connor Curran on the offensive end, he's starting to get a little more confident as well.
Charging and blocking fouls are one of those things that makes me realize how much I miss fans.
Oh, you would see the fans get behind that one. That's the second on Jack Iovino tonight, too.
Turn and shoot for Joey Manning. No good.
Oh, Jack tries to dial it up deep.
Way off target. Mustangs with the rebound. Long pass there, home run pass. Up and off the glass and in. TJ
now
Wyman.
This team is feeling it. That's TJ Wyman in double digits tonight. That's 11 already for number 22.
This pace of this game has certainly picked up as that.
They're going to get Joey Manning for the foul. I think that's his second.
Yeah, it's going to be his third.
Third, excuse me.
Team first. Second half here. As the first one drops short. They're going to
Not surprising to see Coach Fox take out Manning here.
Yeah, with 3 fouls. Want to go give him a break, give him an opportunity to play at the end of the game.
That's Giacomo Serratori coming in, number 21 for the Mustangs.
Both free throws drop short, so we remain 25-21. 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs still trail. Serratori back up top to Wyman, over to Keneally on the close side. Puts in his left hand, back in his right for the shot. Rebound Mustangs, couldn't quite corral it.
Connor Curran tried to kick it out to a teammate, but I think he kicked it right to a Medfield player.
I missed the call there.
Looks like he was palming it looks like.
It's going to be Mustang ball. It's Keneally. Over the Mustang at center court, gives it over to Serratori, back to the far side to Curran. David Brown drives, left hand layup, rolls all the way around and in. David Brown, you mentioned his confidence early in the first half. I'm loving this in the second half.
His fundamentals show they look really good, and I'm surprised they didn't call that foul there on Serratori.
Jump ball called. It's going to be Mustang ball.
I think Norwood caught a little bit of a break there on that foul, but wow, does Brown look good, finishing with that left hand, like you said.
Ryan Keneally looking to either tie this game up or go up by 1. That one pushed out of bounds. Quick hands there. He pounced on that. And Jemmy.
He's been around the ball a lot tonight, you know what? I think once he starts to find the handle on that more, he's making his presence felt.
It's Keneally in front of the socially distanced bench on the far side. And that
right
slips
through his
out of the hands of Connor Curran. 5:03 to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs still trail by 2.
Coach Fox giving Connor Curran a little more run. I like that he's doing that. He's hit a couple big open shots, and it's not surprising to see him playing a lot here in this third quarter.
Schoenfield. Oh, what a save there. That was Nick Evans.
Look at the effort from Giacomo, who almost swatted that ball, came back on defense quick. He's working hard.
Medfield got the timeout off. 4:42 to go here in the third quarter. It was some fast-paced basketball to start off the second half.
Joe, was an 8-point lead for Medfield. We look at the scoreboard now. That's 2 points. It
Only
shows
2
you how
points.
quickly those leads can disappear here in high school ball.
Yeah, we mentioned it during halftime. We'd love to see, the Mustangs start off strong here in the second half, play good defense, turn around, turn those into buckets, and they've done that so far. This has been a pretty long. I think this is the longest possession that Medfield's had here in the second half so far. We're not even 4 minutes into it, but it's a pretty promising start. We'll see what they do here with 9 seconds left on the shot clock.
And look at those foul numbers. You see the difference right there on the scoreboard. Norwood has only committed 1 foul here in the second half, and we see they're starting to make a run. They're on a 6-0 run. Let's see if this keeps up.
Yeah, I would say so far this is the possession of the game. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. It's a 2-point game.
It's almost a can you answer. It's almost like that timeout. Coach Balladoro knows, hey, we've got to go for that. We've got to put something on the scoreboard. Otherwise, we're going to get this momentum get a little bit out of hand.
Inbounded here by Vino, gives it inside to Evans. Evans
one-on-one with Michael Curran.
Rebound pulled down by the Mustangs.
It's a solid team rebound. I like the way Brown gave that ball right up to his guard, and he hustles down the other way.
Over on the far side, Saratori gives it up to the top, just out of the hands, kept it from going over half court. It's David Brown, gives it over to his right to Keneally.
Curran wants it in the post.
Keneally drives, big block there by Gangemi.
That's Gangemi, he gets his hands on it again.
Up and off the glass and in, that was a big block. Again, Gemi turns it into a Nick Evans bucket.
If they can get Gangemi to be a distributor, he's going to be really tough to stop.
Keneally. Pass was a little bit off target, right into the hands of Matthew George. Holy circus shot.
Looks like the foul is going to be on Connor Curran. That's his first.
What a crazy make that was for the N1. Matthew
Norwood
George
was just within 2. This shot could make it 7, Joe.
Substitution here for Medfield. They're now on top 30-23, as you mentioned. They made it a 7-point game now.
That's Sam Silk coming in for Medfield. He looked real strong in that first half.
Connor Curran, ball in his left hand, gives it over to Wyman. Handoff there back to Curran.
Curran almost got his hands, Silk, almost got his hands in there.
All right.
Good move by Michael Curran there to draw that foul. You know, he was falling over. He had a couple of guys on him. Kind of made something out of nothing. Impressive move there for 23.
Oh, they're going to actually give that to Berglund, I believe. Picks up his third personal, first of the second half. Brings a Medfield total foul up to 3. Norwood still at 2.
Norwood's got Wyman there in case of an offensive rebound.
Michael Curran picks up his own long rebound.
It touches foot.
That's off the rim.
I tell you, I think what they're calling there, Joe, is with these guys in the box, now you only have 2 against 2. If you allow that guy shooting the free throw to get in there and get the offensive rebound, that makes it a 3-on-2 advantage. So if we're overhearing correctly what the ref's saying to Coach Fox, I think he's saying Curran can't be a rebounder. He can't step forward beyond that line.
Interesting.
It's got to be a true 2-on-2 battle.
That's interesting. That's the first time I've seen that so far.
Nice pass.
3-pointer off target for Medfield. They gain their own rebound here.
Good eyes there from Luke Lashandra, 25. He found that open man.
Willis.
Oh, Luke, take it yourself.
Willis, I believe he heard something and he went to go switch coverage. It left him wide open and he drains the 3.
Joe, he was looking to pass it to everyone on the court. They said, you know what, we're not going to guard you. And he says, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Knocks down that 3.
All right, I'll take it myself. Long 2 is no good. Rebound,
they
Willis.
Invited Kyle in there for that rebound. Good nose for the ball there by 4, but it's going to turn into, I believe, Medfield possession.
Mustangs calling out their coverage as we go left to right. 10-point lead now for Medfield. 2.5 to go here in the third quarter. Far corner Berglund, off target. Rebound, Medfield, and 1.
Nice take from Dagnan, his first 2 today. Ryan Dagnan, 23.
believe we're about to see a full line change for the Mustangs.
You're getting all four. Nice to see Jeremy Tendo back in, Joey Manning, Giacomo Saratori. And is that number 3, Matthew Clark, I think we're starting to see out there now, Joe?
Yeah, that's right. I believe this is the first time we've seen him so far.
Excited to see what he's got. We unfortunately didn't get it the last time we were here. Oh, look at that rebound from Joey Manning.
He knew he wanted that one, yeah. Almost jumped over his own teammate to get it. Keneally.
Keneally back out there, too, playing with this line. I like the leadership he brings.
Joey Manning went to drive, pulled up, gave it a Tendo. Back over to Keneally on the far side. Way outside the arc, Saratori. Saratori to his right. Gives it over to Manning. Manning moves to his left, stops, gives it back outside to Saratori.
Look at strong movement.
Outside Keneally. Three-pointer is good. Ryan Keneally.
That's what you get with movement. You get an open man like that. Keneally knocks down the shot. That's team basketball right there.
They're going to call a foul on the floor.
Tell you, Joe, that's what Norwood has to start doing a little bit more. They move it around a whole lot. You bring in that second unit. Nice to see that energy coming off the bench.
They're going to get Saratori for that one. That's his first. Mustangs team 4th. Degnan, he loses control but corrals it back up. Intended target there was Sam Silk. That's picked off by the Mustangs. Here's Keneally.
Nice control by David Brown, making sure he didn't lose the handle in that rebound. Matthew Clark, number 3, making sure he didn't lose control.
There's Keneally. Puts it off the back of his leg but corrals it back. Saratori gives it over to Tendo, over to the far corner to Clark. He was looking inside. It's picked off by Medfield. They're called traveling violation. We're going to go the other way. 1:13 to go here in the third quarter. Mustangs still trail 35-26.
Good defense there from Tendo and Keneally forced that travel.
Yeah, every little play like that is going to be huge.
Look at the way Tendo's hustling down the other way. He's working hard.
There's Clark, gives it over to Tendo. Tendo inside to Manning. Manning finds Tendo underneath the hoop. He's got a couple of Warriors on him. They're going to call a travel.
Yeah, I tell you, Tendo wanted it. You can see he's starting to get a nose for the ball.
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of room to work with there. He did have 4 Warriors right around him. As we head left to right across your screen, Warriors still on top by 9. Should be Mustangs ball.
Yeah, it looks like he went over the back there. Joe, we haven't seen a lot of Jack Iovino this half, but I'm seeing him kind of stretching, doing some calisthenics on the sideline. We hope he's okay.
Yeah, something happened on the close side here, right over the Noah Johnson logo.
Beautiful
That
pass.
went onside and too much on the layup. He limped off the court a little bit before the timeout and then didn't return.
Hey, Joey Manning can do everything. Those passes, those shots from about 10 feet out. He's a pretty complete player at this level. You don't see that a whole lot on the freshman level.
Sean Watts mishandled that pass. It's going to go right to left across the screen here. Mustang ball. Keneally finds Clark in the corner, back to Keneally. Gives it over. Saratori trying to work his way inside on Degnan. Here's Tendo.
Shot
back
clock
up
off.
top. Long 2, no good for the Mustangs. Rebound. Jump ball. It's going to be Mustang ball.
Aggressive play from William Berglund to get in there. That was going straight to a Norwood player, but he made something happen, number 11.
It's going to be on the far sideline right in front of the Mustang bench. Manning wasn't looking the right direction.
That's just misfortune there.
Good defensive play there at the buzzer. Matthew Clark not allowing any more points. Mustangs still trail 35-26 heading into the final 8 here at the Nolet Johnson Court at Norwood High School. I I think this one's shaped up to make a great fourth quarter.
We're in position. Norwood has just been outside striking distance. We saw them come back. But you know what? They're keeping this to single digits, and I think that's important. That's what Coach Fox is going to focus on here in his 2.5-minute speech before we get this next quarter underway.
Of course, we're subbing in the new basketball, the nice sanitized one, in this crazy year.
Well, we'll see if that ball gets slippery at all with that hand sanitizer. I'm sure they've been looking at it.
I'm not sure what the protocols for that are, but
looks like Coach Fox going back with some of his starters now for this fourth quarter. I see Mamadou coming back out there. You know he wants this. Nice to see Jack Iovino that looks like he's going to be coming out again for Medfield.
Yeah, 2 minutes before we start this fourth quarter. Should be an exciting one. I believe we're sticking around. At least I'm sticking around. You can stick around here on Nord Community Media for the JV game right after we sanitize down the gym. Be back in here.
JVs look good. Let's see if Dylan Hamway can keep shooting the lights out for them. He's looked really good early on.
Should be an exciting one. Back here at the Noel Johnson court. I believe that one will start at 5.
Yeah, we might get a little bit earlier depending on the way this game ends. They're trying to stack these, but again, interesting that you don't have these JV teams sitting here. Even that is not part of the crowd. You don't even have these other guys cheering on the younger players who are trying to make the squad. And I wonder what that does to the whole program when you're not able to get everybody together like that. Something these coaches have to contend with.
Yeah, you could look at it like this room is truly empty. We really just have the players, all the people who need to do the scoring, and then us. But you also look at it as you don't have these older guys watching you. So there's a little bit of pressure taken off, I think, at least, as we see this, continue on throughout the season. It's definitely an interesting thing to keep an eye on.
Hey, they don't see all those eyeballs on TV. We hope they're being watched a lot.
That's right.
They're putting on quite a product tonight.
Medfield. There's Evans. Gives it over to back to Jack Iovino. You mentioned that he's back in after.
Good step there from David.
Yeah, good steal there. David Brown gets that one to drop.
Boy, does he like that left hand, Joe.
He's coming off the bench, making quite an impact here in the second half. Iovino drives. He's got 4 Mustangs on him. Kicks outside the far side over to Coughlin. Coughlin thought about the 3, didn't want to take it. That one off target. Mamadou gives it over to Keneally.
Great positioning from Mamadou.
Back in his right hand off the glass and in. Ryan Keneally. Another good start here in the second half. We saw a hot start in the beginning of the third quarter, seeing it again here in the fourth quarter. Hopefully they can tie it up here. They're only down 5 now.
I don't know what Coach Fox said to them, but it's working, whatever he's saying between these quarters.
Chase Coughlin, no good. Rebound, can elect it, and a foul. Good foul drawn there. What an effort. Ryan Keneally doing it all here in the opening minute.
So we've only seen him a couple of games, but that seems like a classic Ryan Keneally foul. And I don't know if you can call it a classic after only a few games, but he hustles for those in the middle of the court. Only a 5-point lead now for the Warriors.
David Brown inbound to Mamadou. Lyman over up top. Saratori. Stolen there by Coughlin. Recollected.
Nice job sticking with it by Giacomo there, number 21.
Shot clock at 10 now. Mamadou. Pump fake.
He thought about it, didn't he?
Definitely thought. He thought about it for a little bit longer than you usually see, guys. 3-point attempt short.
Nice look for Brown.
Stolen back by the Mustangs. Here's Wyman.
A fresh 30 seconds on that shot clock now.
They're going to take a second to regroup here. Keneally gives over to Wyman. Handoff back to Keneally. Keneally fakes left, goes right. Too much on the jumper.
Another strong board for William Berglund. He's been great on the glass.
It's going to be a Mustang ball. Coughlin looked to connect with Gingemi. That one through the hands of Gingemi.
Oh, and he knew it. He wanted that ball. You could see the reaction after it passed right through. He's a competitor, that Gingemi.
Here's Mamadou trying to work his way inside on Matthew George. Feeds it inside to Wyman, trying to back down Gemi. Oh, it looked like that was a little bit closer than the ref made it look.
Good effort from Mamadou to keep that in. And
it's going to be Medfield ball.
He doesn't give up on balls.
Yeah, not a lot of Mustangs do. I've seen a lot of like 110% effort plays here, especially so in the second half. Contested 3, no good. Stolen.
Berglund almost with another big rebound. He's gotten a bunch already.
Good play by Saratori. Full court play.
What a take there for his first points of the game.
3-point attempt is good. What an answer there for Medfield. That was Matthew George.
Oh, that's how you answer, Joe. His second 3 of the game.
It's Wyman. Drives with his right hand. Big block! And Gemi.
That's how you fire up the team. We saw Sam Silk pop up on that bench. He's excited. I think this Medfield team is ready to go.
Play call. David Brown gives it inside to Connor Curran. Connor Curran with pressure
from Chase Coughlin.
Way out there. It's David Brown, big block. Another block by Gemi.
Brown's getting more confident on the drive, but Medfield's been starting to put a couple guys on him when he checks in there.
4.5 to go. Mustangs still trail by 6. Here's Evans driving to the hoop. Good block!
Oh,
Connor Curran! Left-hand layup, no good for Keneally.
A nice alertness there by Ryan, staying in that play on the way back. He could have easily just turned his head and gone back the other direction, knocks that ball out of bounds, gives Medfield something to think about.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick time out here so you can get some shoes tied and some masks pulled over the nose. 4:15 to go. Mustangs still trail 38-32. Sometimes I wonder if they can hear us down there.
I'm sure they can.
I try to talk really loud when the other team's shooting free throws.
Chase Coughlin just there. Hey, these guys like playing in front of folks, and I don't blame them.
Again, Gemi turns and scores. Lead back up to 8.
Hey, Gemi has stuffed the stat sheet today, Joe. He's on the board with points, but he's done a lot of everything else too.
Joey Manning gives it over. David Brown feeds it back over to Connor Curran, outside to Mamadou. Mamadou
nice
gets the
from
pick.
Connor.
They're going to call it over the back on Medfield. It's going to be 13 in blue, Matthew George.
Yeah, George has had a really strong second half here, Joe.
He's
kind of keeping this lead for Medfield right now.
Team 6th.
Yeah, not surprising to see Coach Spalladoro leaving Will Berglund out there. He's been money off the glass, number 11.
Over on the far side to inbound, David Brown. He's made quite the impact here in the second half. Here's Mamadou outside the three-point arc.
Sam Silk's back out there. Look at that energy on defense. And that's Roman Schoenfield, number 5.
I was just thinking the same thing as Coach there. There's a lot of standing around, not a whole lot of motion. There's not a whole lot of time down by 8. You can't just sit around and wait for something to happen. You need to go and make those things happen.
Oh, if Coach Fox doesn't like something, he'll be loud.
Yeah. His players will know. People on TV, people watching on TV will know. But he's right. And that's why he's the coach. Connor Curran, first one is good.
Connor Curran, his second bank today.
Yeah, he'll earn the second shot here.
He loves that backboard.
That magic square. That's what I like to do when I shoot it. The magic square never fails.
That's it. If it goes in, it's points either way. Doesn't matter how you do it.
That's true. They don't ask how, they ask how many.
Oh.
Another bank shot.
Oh, he definitely hurt us there, Joe.
Oh, yeah. Lead cut down to 6 now. Just over 3 minutes to go. Far side, Sam Silk gives it over to Sean Watts. Back up top. Here's Schoenfield over to the skip to the
nice
corner.
Nice kick all the way around the world. Look at that.
Yeah, everybody touched the ball here on this play. Looked at the hoop with Sean Watts. Gives it over to the close side to Lysandra. That one takes its time to go in, and it does. 42-34 now.
I love that poise. Luke Lysandra, 25 for Medfield, has been playing around the arc. He's a really strong guard.
Handoff pass to Keneally. Keneally looking for that over the head. That's the one we saw to start the game. He draws the foul. That was Wyman. That was that play that we love to start the game.
Wyman's been quiet, but this might get him going.
Called Breglin for that one, his second, team 8th. It's going to earn them into the bonus. Oh, good timeout call.
Coach Fox is on that. Aggressive play from Giacomo right there, and TJ Wyman with 12 after hitting that earlier shot.
2.5 to go here in the regulation. 42-35. Medfield on top. It's going to be Mustang ball when we come back from the timeout. A lot can happen in this next 2.5 minutes. And for the sake of TV, I hope it does.
It looks like Coach Fox is drawing up some kind of play here. You know, with Norwood with the ball, they need a big basket. This could be a huge time if he's got something drawn up that they can break out.
I mean, we talked about how good that timeout call was, but it's so important to the rest of the game.
And he's on it. I tell you, Coach Fox brings a lot of energy to that sideline for Norwood, and players feed off that kind of stuff. You know, he's as invested in this game, even though he's not stepping on the court, as every one of those players. And it's credit to the Norwood program. Eight team fouls now on Medfield. That's the reverse, Joe, of what we saw last half. Last half, Norwood with 17 fouls, Medfield with 3. Now it's like you could have taken that number and flip-flopped it, and I think that's a large reason Norwood is still in this game with 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, credit to us for saying we should minimize on our fouls and force them to cause us. Here's Keneally underneath the basket. Outside, good save
Oh, good hustle from Wyman.
Let's see, waiting the call. I believe it's going to be a push on Medfield.
Yeah, it looks like Roman Schoenfeld, number 5. Nice job kind of holding his position there from Giacomo Serratori, and he draws that foul. That's the 9th on Medfield, I believe. Oh, there's a solid offensive rebound. See if Norwood kicks this back out.
Rebounds for the Mustangs.
Yep,
Jump ball. It's going to stay Mustang ball again.
A really good fight there. They're going for every offensive rebound. That's going to be big for them.
Coach Fox saying, look for TJ, look for TJ, I would say.
Oh, you heard the coach saying it. They looked for TJ, all right.
3-point attempt. Good!
That's an answer.
Sean Watts. Medfield, full of answers.
Hey, Sean Watts is distributed really well. Now he adds a big three-pointer to his ledger. First points of the game for number 10.
Wyman gives it over to Keneally. Everybody looking for the foul, no call. Keneally throws it off the backboard again. Rebound Medfield.
A lot of chances for Norwood just off the mark, but look at that follow by TJ.
Good steal there by Wyman. Gives it over to Keneally.
Those are the kind of plays that win games, though. TJ chasing them down.
He finds Saratori. Saratori drives, kicks it back out to Keneally. Keneally in his left hand. No shot. Foul on the floor.
That's 10. They're in the double bonus now.
Called Nick Evans for that one. Excuse me. Schoenfield.
Yeah, Schoenfield's picked up a couple 2 here, but he's got 3 tonight.
Lane violation called on the Mustangs.
Yeah, it looks like it was against Keneally. That will discount it. You know, these guys, Joe, they're adjusting to the rules just as much as we are and just as much as the refs are as well. Credit to the refs for being able to kind of take and go with this with these new rules.
Keneally drives. Foul on the Mustangs.
That's the 4th foul on Joey Manning.
Team's 5th. Medfield ball underneath their own hoop. Here's Watts, gives it back. Back to Watts. Watts to Silk. Silk to Sandra. There's Silk, wide open is Silk. No good, pulled down there by Wyman. Mustang timeout. 8-point game, 49.2 to go. Mustangs in the double bonus.
Think we're going to see Joey Manning back out there, Joe? He's got 4 fouls on him for the Mustangs.
I think now would be the time.
If you're
I'm not sure how many timeouts we have left, but
good look there from Sam Silk we just saw for Medfield. You know, that's what you want. Open shot. He's a real catch and shoot guy, isn't he?
Yeah. A lot of these guys on Medfield are quick, no hesitation, right up, especially from outside the arc. A lot of confidence here in these freshmen.
Mm-hmm. And that's a credit to what Coach Spalladoro is doing in practice. He's getting those guys comfortable with the ball in their hands. And the second they start pulling down some more offensive rebounds, maybe working around each other, getting a couple more picks set, I think we're going to see some big points from this Medfield freshman team.
Lyman out. David Brown in. I'm going to take the full time out here. .42 to go. David Brown feeds it inside to Keneally. Keneally drives left, puts it in his right hand. Left hand layup, no good. Does draw the foul. He's going to go to the line. Sean Watts picks up his first. First one no good, but of course they're in the double bonus. He'll get another shot at it.
You got to have a short memory here. Big shots coming down the stretch.
Second one also no good. Rebound pulled down there by Breglin. Gives it over to Watts. Watts.
Look at that control by Sean Watts. Even under pressure, he's really good with the ball in his hands.
Here's Watts again.
Giving Gangemi a chance behind the arc now, too.
Over the far side, Watts trying to work his way into the Mustangs' paint. Shot clock violation. 11.6 to go. Mustangs trail by 8.
A decent idea to get that shot up. Will Berglund was looking at that shot clock. He knew it was winding down. His teammates on the bench helped him.
Yeah, in a situation like that, it's not really a bad idea to throw it up with no time or not throw it up at all. What a swat. Good defensive play as we saw all game by Medfield. Final score, 45-37. Medfield comes out on top. That game did shape up to, that was quite the battle.
I felt like, Joe, about a 7-point difference that whole game, but you know what? When you're down that, to even just maintain, especially with the foul trouble some of the players in Norwood found themselves in, credit to the Mustangs for playing all the way through.
Yeah, it did come, it wasn't as close as playing to the final buzzer per se, but the last couple of possessions were pretty intense. So we get the sanitizing gun going.
Yeah, they're going to get this court ready and going. We got a team of the janitorial staff at Norwood. They do such a great job of keeping this school fresh and clean. This building about a decade old. And I tell you, Joe, it looks just like the day it was built.
So as we wrap it up here from the freshman game and get ready for the JV game, I'm Joe Spadorcia alongside Mr. Pinola here from the Nolet Johnson Court. And we'll see you around 5 o'clock.
We'll see you all soon. Take care.